Welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. No captions, no hashtags, no turning sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. Oh my god, I feel like a princess. Look at this bow. Anyway, no captions, no hashtags, no turning sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. Belle might also be your favorite princess. We like the bookworms. So, please use your intuition with this. If it feels like it resonates, if it's like that, oh shit, how did she know that? Oh my god, that lines up. Holy fuck. If it's that, if it's like, well, last Wednesday, I talked to somebody and I know for a fact that they like this one thing. That's it. That is a tenuous connection if you have to reach, you know what I mean? So there might be a message here for you, but if you have to make it fit, that's not the particular message. That's not the reason you're here, okay? So we have a new journey. Somebody's got a new journey. We have the Fool. Ooh, cute little fucking duck. Jeeps might be significant. We've got the Fool, but this is like manufactured. Like you've decided to take this, and the universe has been like, you really want to? Fuck yeah. Okay, let's go. And it sets up this fucking whoosh, this grand, fantastic thing. I don't want to say it's bad, but this has taken effort. This has been lined up. This is not just the natural thing happening. This has happened because decisions and choices have been made. Something has been manufactured. This new start has been manufactured. Now there is the devil here. So with the star. Oh, and then there's the wound man underneath that. So there are wounds that need healing. That your dream is kind of, I don't want to say in between, but there's healing that needs to happen here. But because this was upright, I don't want to say now is necessarily the time to dig up this old wound here. That will come later. There's going to be a time for that, and you will have all the tools necessary to handle this, move through this, and get to your dream, okay? But the first thing about that is you got to draw some boundaries. And these are not, oh, I'm just going to draw some boundaries, and then if people overstep them, it'll be fine. And then when it's like comes down to serious, they'll know that I mean business, like that time when I'm actually serious. Draw the boundaries, draw them strong, draw them with love, not out of cruelty or fear. Let me see that little heart in there. Not out of cruelty or fear. Draw boundaries that you need for yourself to keep yourself safe, okay? Do not tie guilt into the boundaries as well. Do not tie in manufactured things into these boundaries as well. This is a new journey. This is a new creation, okay? Now, you might be bringing somebody along with you. There might be somebody with you in this journey. It's indicated because I just saw the Familiar, but I didn't feel the need to touch on it too much. The Familiar is a card of an imbalanced relationship, but it works for now. Just a reminder that if you feel that there is an imbalance, when you recognize that, try to go out of your way to do something for that other person. They might not require it, but it sure as fuck is going to make them feel good, okay? Now, I have the Alleyway Tarot. We're going to get a little bit more in depth. By staying, that means you allow me in your energy to get some specifics, nothing creepy. Let's see what Ten of Swords. So there is wounding here, but it's not. It's like you could see some of it and you tried to avoid it, and you have for the most part, but looking back at all the other wounds that you have is going to slow you down and end up like, you know how those people that are always running in a fucking movie and then they fucking look back and then they fucking trip. That's the vibe here, okay? Tripping is not the goal. Looking back is not necessarily the goal. You want forward movement, you need to be looking forward, okay? You get the Ten of Cups just flew and landed right on top of that. But I'm getting that yeah, you have to heal this pain. Your happiness is not going to come from this pain. This pain is there to teach you a lesson. Your happiness is not tied to it. The happiness came out, but then we had the Queen of Cups in reverse. So it's like you're placing this happiness. You're just saying that the world has given me this. The universe has given me this. That must be my happiness. No, that is a sort of specific delusion that you are living in, okay? You need to get square with your emotions. Get them out, get them open, make sure you have your boundaries clear with yourself. Most of all, you need to find out what people do that you either need to heal so you don't overreact or get triggered when they do these things, or if these are valid things that you need to have a boundary up for to protect yourself, okay? Now we have the Ten of Crows, or I think it's 10 of Crows come out, and that's an indication that something is wrong. Something is rotten in Denmark. There is something here that should not be. And I want to get a clarifier on that. Hold on. What is the thing that you've just now recognized does not belong where you are? Okay. Well, we got Virgo and Cancer across all of that. Now, oh, and I caught the Eight of Cups in reverse with my pinky. Oh, I wonder if that, I'm going to have to look and see if I caught that on camera. And then the Influencer with the Six of Wands on the bottom underneath that. So we got Virgo and Cancer. Virgo and Cancer actually are can both be cards of somebody who loses themselves so much in something that change can throw them for a loop. So I want you to watch out for that. But we've got Cancer here as the crab. This crab can move sideways and get themselves in situations they don't necessarily need to or want to be in. You have got to keep your eyes open. Make sure you're not being saddled with the care or comfort of another person who is in their infancy and cannot do things for themselves. Okay. And then we've got the Eight of Cups. Now this Eight of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups is a walking away from emotion. In the classic Rider-Waite Tarot, you see the moon, and then you see the person with their back on all of this Tower of Cups that they've made, right? This is a cutting of that lifeline, that supply. The scissors are poised. You just need to decide to make that cut. If that's the way you want to go. You're going to have to fake it till you make it for a little bit. There are going to be certain things when you make this decision, if it is made, however it is made, whether you cut that tie or you keep that tie, there are going to be viewpoints not everybody's going to understand. Not everybody's going to understand why you made the choices you did. That's not important, though, unless you make it. That's not important unless you make it. Let me say that one more time. It's not important unless you make it. You have straight up victory here. And this is a card of sitting in your victory. There can be, with Six of Wands, there can be a warning of making sure you don't let it go to your head. But with this one, this is just more the sit in the physical victory and feel it. Because you fucking got there. You did what you had to fucking do and you fucking won. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say that this next journey is going to be without its own share of trauma. 656 on the timer. There is still going to be pain, but it's not going to be the only thing that you focus on. You can have these wounds that you have lined up in order and be like, I learned this lesson from this one, I learned this lesson from this one, and even go back at a different point in time when you have learned more lessons and re-examine those lessons again. See if there's still anything else you've missed in the passing of time. And we got Pisces in reverse. So contrary to what I usually say, I want to say, because Pisces is intuition. Pisces is, they're fucking connected. They're on it, right? You might be a Pisces. You might not care for Pisces energy, or there might be a Pisces you don't particularly care for, but this is not a concern. This is not a concern, okay? But more than that, I want to say, I don't think your intuition is skewed, but I think in relying so much on your intuition, you miss certain things in the day-to-day, or that might happen where your physical eyes can see, and you don't bother to use your intuition. You know what I mean? A revolution in reverse. So this isn't going to be like it's going to be a new journey for sure, but this isn't a breakdown of everything. You don't need to destroy every single thought that you had. This is not a complete erasure of who you have been up until this point, okay? This is not that complete erasure, and you are not just a rock in the sky. You have goals and dreams that you need to go after, but... And you know, I haven't looked at that moon in reverse, because that moon is that there are rocks in the sky, yes, but there are also things on the ground that you need to take care of. It can be a dream, and that's 100% fine, but there's steps to it. You don't just dream and then get the thing. Necessarily, I guess. I'm fucking babbling. Moon is the beauty that we must mythologize, personify, and give history to, but it's merely a rock in space. Do not overindulge fantasy over people. But in reverse, it says the moon is an active agent in its deception. You believe in so much because you've trusted this person and they know it. They will lead you down the wrong path out of intention. Be wary. The world is full of such reverse moons, and we all see the methods of entry to your heart. We don't mean to hurt you, but we will get what we need. All of us 201. Do not be afraid of people, but do question them. Do ask them their goals. It's often worth it. So, revolution in reverse, you don't need to burn everything down. The moon in reverse, make sure that you are being a little bit more curious about people. Don't just because you've been there and you're like it's like I was saying, it's like I was fucking saying, you're trusting your intuition everywhere, even where your eyes look and your intuition does not. You're not asking people, you're not getting to the depth of people face to face. That can often give you a read a ping with your intuition, but if you're not using all the tools in the toolbox, things can get fucked up, okay? So make sure you're actually talking to people, not just using this 10:01 on the timer, not just using this intuition, okay? You need to actually talk to people. You need to actually expand your definition of beauty. The King of Swords is a definer of beauty. But if you've only seen a rose, rose is the only beauty? No. Expand your definition of beauty. And this can take time. The Knight of Pentacles, and there might be somebody coming in, because the Knights can be messengers. They can represent people. Yeah, messengers, yeah. They can represent people. So there might be somebody coming in to show you, give you a different perspective on what beauty is. Somebody, and it might even for some of you be somebody who is meant to go from that Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles right into their swords journey. Or somebody who's in there, has completed their swords journey, is now on their pentacle journey. I'm gonna get a clarifier for that. Can I get a clarifier for those two, please? Is this a person or is this a mode? I think it's a mode. I don't think it's a person, because we got the Three of Crowns, which is creation. You need to put yourself in this mode. And transgression. So transgression on the bottom of the deck. 1112 on a timer. Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Crowns, clarifier. You need to create this mode, this mentality, living in this. You're trucking along. Not the King of Pentacles yet, but definitely the King of Swords, able to control your mentality, your thought, and use that to feed into your intuition, and then your intuition can grab the information it needs from that to be working itself. But above all of that, you have to accept acceptance. You've got to accept something here. I'm not quite sure what it is, but this is a card of radical self-acceptance, of accepting everything about you that the world says is not good, the world says is useless, the world says is, why are you wasting your fucking time with that? Even things that you say that about. Self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance. Who the fuck cares what anybody else has to say? They're not living your life, okay? There are other people that you may need to care what they say, like family members and stuff like that. Take that information 100% in. Trust them, care for them, share with them, connect with them. But at this point, you don't need to be hiding any part of yourself to retain any connections that are not good for you, okay? Bottom of the deck energy, Ace of Swords. This is going to be a new journey for you, okay? A new way of thinking, a new way of seeing, a new way of using the things that you already have gained, have learned, have experienced up until this point, okay? Becoming the definer of beauty yourself. I really, really hope this helped. Love you.